It's a beautiful morning, and this time around I decided to go to the Lord Errol restaurant in Runda. Nakwambia, it's an amazing place, and if you're out there, thank you very much for choosing to be with us. KTN Home is the station, and of course hashtag KTN Life and Style is what you need to use. Hashtag Artistic Tuesday is also what you need to use at brand_Aseli on Instagram and Twitter. But right about now I have an able panel here to discuss something very important. It's actually the biggest fundraiser of the year. Why am I saying that? Get to find out. And of course, I'm going to introduce my able panel, and we're going to start with Lisa, who's in turn going to welcome my amazing panel. People are serious over here.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us here today at the Lord Errol. We're here to discuss a beautiful cause that we are raising funds for. It's called Through the Diplomats Lens, and you'll hear more about it from some of the ambassadors sitting here next to me. But first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Lisa Christopherson, and I am curating this photo exhibition, which is going to take place on Thursday, the 13th of June, at the National Museums of Kenya here in Nairobi. Our First Lady, Margaret Kenyatta, has kindly agreed to officially open this exhibition, and CS Amina Mohammed is going to be there with us as well, welcoming everybody to a beautiful space where we are exhibiting until the end of June. So we encourage all Kenyans to please take time and go to the museum, see the beautiful exhibition that we hope is an inspiration to everybody.
Let's get a chance to get to know the rest of the panel. And this time around you decided to actually bring all the ambassadors. You know, it's a global meeting right here.
Yes, Brian, thank you so much, and thanks to Lisa also and the Lord Errol for such a wonderful opportunity. And my colleagues, I am Elizabeth Taylor, I'm the Ambassador of Colombia, and this has been a very exciting project that we have been working for the past months, and we thank the Ambassador of Iraq, who is the inspiration for this wonderful project.
Nice. Let's get to know the rest of the panel.
Thank you, Brian, and good morning, good afternoon. My name is Julia Pataki. I'm the ambassador of Romania, and I'm really happy to be part of this project. It is something very close to my heart, as I learned to love African art thanks to Lisa here, our curator for this event.
Good morning, Brian. My name is Anish Harania. I am the Managing Director for Imaging Solutions, which are the official distributors for Nikon in Kenya. We are the platinum sponsors for this project, and we are very happy to be part of the whole project. Thank you.
Hello, Brian. Hello. My name is Anna Al-Jaf. I am the wife of the Iraqi ambassador to Kenya, and in the panel, in the committee, I was responsible for the charities that we will be sponsoring, partly together with Anish, who through Nikon has also been sponsoring one of the 3 charities. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Paul Murunga, but everyone calls me Pablo. Don't ask which Pablo. It's a good Pablo.
No, I'm kidding.
I now know an ambassador from Colombia, so I will go there so that I can tell them there are some good Pablos around. I'm involved in many things. In this forum, I am wearing my artistic hat, but I'm a sportsman. Played for Kenya, captain Kenya in rugby, 15s and 7s. I'm a designer. I am an artist. I'm a photographer, and I've been working in advertising for 20 years. So now I tell stories like these, and I help create events together with my business partner, Lisa. Julia says she's just an ambassador, but Lisa and I have recently gone into business together, and we are helping to curate events like these and take the African story to the world. There's a wonderful story around the arts and culture that we need to take to the people.
speaking of which, that's the common interest right here, and we'd like to just delve into the project. That's the Kenya through the lens, the Diplomats lens. Just talk to us about it, and I'm just gonna give it to Madame right there, and please talk to us. It started in your very own household, and just tell us how it happened, because it's your husband's brainchild. That's the ambassador for Iraq, right? Yeah, and please talk to us about that.
Thanks, Brian. Yes, my husband can't be here. Unfortunately, he's abroad till tomorrow. But we did a similar exhibition where several embassies got together to do a photo exhibition of the country in Greece. And so that was very well received at the time. And so when we came to Kenya and my husband was giving his credential to the president knew about it and asked him to do the same for Kenya. So he promised, so he was bound by his promise. But it's been a very different journey in the sense that we, in Greece, we were only within the embassies to bring it there. There were a few other people, but here we have a fantastic team, and it's brought it to a very different level. I would like to invite Ambassador Elizabeth to tell a bit more about it then.
Ambassador Burham, he inspired us. He bring us together. So many embassies that we can count for. I think more than 30 embassies that are now part of this wonderful project, and we are. I think it was an opportunity also to show to the world that people that are diplomats, they are human beings also that have talents, that have artistic views, and this it's such an important showcase for ambassadors that have all these special skills. So we are really proud of this project, which we think that at the beginning, we didn't anticipate that it's going to be so huge, and we are very excited to what is going to take place from the 13th on until the end of this month, and we are really inviting everyone to come to this exhibition. No, I just want to mention something about maybe Colombia as Kenya. We are internationally sometimes stigmatized because of X or Y situation or circumstances that happens in our countries. But I think activities like these are the ones that really prove to the world how wonderful countries are, how beautiful countries are, how important the culture and also the people, the scenic views. So I really I'm really happy to be participating in this project, because also I want to help uplift the name of Kenya, just as how every day I work to uplift the name of Colombia.
Lisa, so just talk to us about the kind of impact you've had so far with maybe the fundraiser and talk to us about the two separate projects that we're working.
Well, first of all, I have to say this journey has been absolutely phenomenal. The friends that we have met along this way, and when we particularly have gone out there, and I'm drumming up raffle prizes that we're going to be selling on our opening night, items that we're going to auction off. So fundraising in many other ways, just than buying the photograph that's going to be hanging on the wall. People have been so welcoming, so kind. How can I help? Is there anything I can do? It's been amazing, and it's people from all communities. So yes, and we're still reaching out to everybody. So anybody else who wants to help and support this very worthy cause are welcome. And in return, they will get brand visibility.
Just talk to us about the two different, you told me that there is a project that you're working on and it's going to be annual, and then there's one that's just going to be like a photography school. Just talk to us about that.
Well, I'll let Anish talk about the Nikon Photography School in Kibera. However, this, through the Diplomats lens 2019, is the first ever in Nairobi, Kenya, the city we call home. We would like to take it around Kenya, take it down to Fort Jesus in Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret, maybe even Turkana, to showcase what they can see through the Diplomats, or through a lens, basically. You know, the wealth of a nation is in its art, and photography is art.
Anish, just talk to us about Nikon's involvement in this, or Nikon.
So I met Lisa a year ago in Mara, and I just asked her that we would like to do a school in Kibera to just help the community with photographic skills. So she mentioned about the Kibera town center. So we visited there, and we saw a room which we converted into a classroom, which was sponsored by Nikon, and we gave them the desks, and we gave them like 20 DSLRs. They brought in students. We got a tutor and a trainer who would train them like 3 times a week for 3 hours. And from there, from having no skills, they have really, after 3 months, really improved their photographic skills. So those students are showcasing their photography work at the exhibition as well. And if I'm not wrong, they have been like a silver and gold um, from that category. So we intend to run this school every year and get as many photographers um, from Kibera town for now, so they can have self-sustaining program and empower them to get jobs for weddings or whatever, and be self-sustainable. So right now we're doing with 20 DSLRs. Eventually we'll end up with more and more classes. So we might be probably having 20, 30 photographers from Kibera.
So talk to us and tell us what's the impact so far, and is it working? Is it not working for you?
So you've probably heard that it started off as a small idea, and I say great ideas take a life of their own. So we were invited, and I joined midway through after I met Lisa. So Lisa seems to be the melting pot where everyone seems to be meeting and joining these great worthy causes. So thank you, Lisa. So we joined, or I joined the committee, and I brought all the skills that I have to the committee. So my design skills, my business networking skills, but most importantly my strategy skills. So the thing that I sell, I run a business. I'm the CEO of a business consultancy that helps SMEs to craft brand stories for their businesses. So stop trading, build a brand, because a brand you can sell in America, you can sell in Europe, you can sell in Colombia, you can sell in Iraq. When you trade, you have to physically be there every day to run your shop. When you sell a brand, you can be completely invisible and it can grow beyond you. So the thing that the arts gives you is a platform to tell a story. Yeah. So whether it's writing, whether it's taking a photograph, whether it's painting, whether it's singing, whether it's cooking, whether it's fashion, whether it's interior design, the arts are the melting pot of society. Yeah. So that's what this thing can be. We have started off small, but like Lisa and the rest of the committee says, we are going to make it as big as possible. We're not just thinking Kenya. We like to dream big, and Lisa likes to do things big. So we're thinking Africa. How about if we could take this to Morocco? How about if we could take it to Nigeria or South Africa? Yeah? The opportunity is great. And there's so many beautiful stories to tell. There's so many people that we can help and bring into self-sustaining skill using their artistic talent. So that's the basic idea.
Let me talk to Julie a little bit more, and I need her to compare the arts in Kenya so far, her view on how she's viewed the Kenyan arts in comparison to Romania. In Kenya, art is taken as a hobby, and basically it ends at that point. But basically we've started seeing an evolving kind of parenting where parents are now allowing their children to be able to be involved in that. How is it in Romania?
Well, African art is very close to my heart, or became close to my heart in this almost 7 years that I'm here. If at the beginning it was a little bit strange, it was completely new. It's completely different art, but slowly, thanks also to Lisa, I started to look into African art and Kenyan art, or let's say Eastern Europe, Eastern African community art, what is common with what is in Europe and what is in Romania. And I discovered lots of, like, for example, beading. We do beading. We carve wood. So there are lots of commonalities which I think that if in the future, as we are thinking big, that in the future we have this series and every year we have this kind of event, we can also showcase those commonalities between our countries and your countries. Right now, this particular, and the first one, is focusing on how we discovered Kenya and its beauties. And I'm personally really drawn not only by your wildlife, but I'm also drawn to portraits, because you have 42 communities in the country, and very, very few of them they are known. And I'm sure that each of the communities have really original, unique features that can be known, and they are not known. They are not respected. They are not featured in your country. So I think that, and maybe I'm saying as a former politician, but I think it should be a big five. And the fifth should be culture, because that is a common language. It's stereotype, okay? Culture is a common language, but by culture you can know each other much better. And we have really different, different societies, different cultures. But if you want to, and I'm speaking as a minority in my country, which is enriching the Romanian culture. All these 45 cultures and unique features of these cultures are part of the Kenyan culture. So I think that you should think about how you spread it, how you made it, how you preserve it. Because this issue here is that you don't really preserve it. And I'm a little bit harsh probably, but that's the nature. And I really fall in love with this kind of raw, authentic, like, you have different, you have incredible young people, painters. Incredible. I have some of, thanks to Lisa also, who is actually the African art ambassador here, that I collected absolutely unique paintings from Kenyan painters. So for the future, I think that we should focus on how we shown up by photography, because that's the easiest way. That's the easiest way for the visual arts, are really, really the easiest way to know each other much better. So if you focus on showing up each country, Colombia, they have beautiful, beautiful things in their country, or Iraq, is the cradle of civilization. And if we can find a team in the following years to show up these commonalities, then we done our job as diplomats here, because we trying to bring people together, basically, not only businesses. Everybody's talking about economy. It's very important, but I think that if we neglect culture, then it's a pity. It's a pity. But if you allow me, just the last thing about the committee and this event. This is not only an international event, it's also a national event. And not international, not because 38 embassies shown our photographs, but this committee is composed of ambassadors or diplomats from all continents. And the second thing, which is really, really good, it's supported not only by the international community, by the Kenyan private sector. And that is very, very important, because I think that private sector in the future, if they support this kind of art and this kind of exposition and this kind of initiatives, it will go far.
Brian, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the social impact. When my husband started this initiative, one of the things was also for the diplomatic community to give something back to Kenya. And And so we were looking at charities which we can fundraise with this event. And obviously, given that it's a photography event, one thing was to have a photography class, which is the one that was explained by Anish next to me. The two other charities were chosen on the basis of several criteria. I chose them. One, on the basis of these had to be community-based charities who were started by Kenyans, for Kenyans. They needed to be very much grassroots organizations, and they needed to be sustainable. And then looking at different groups, we then chose a children's project and a project for the elderly. The first project is called Destiny Children and Young People Center, by which the founder is Florence Mwangre, and she has rescued street children and now has evaluated in children from broken homes or orphans, different symptoms, different problems, that she has given a home and education. And in the last year, she's also giving young women from certain tribes who have still got the FGM, female genital mutilation, but especially forced marriage, early forced marriage, as problem, and who are leaving from there.
So through this form of art, that is photography, it's been able to support and fund the society in general.
Yes, so Destiny is one of the charities, and the other one is Karika, which is a day center for the elderly, where the founder Elia is now training other people around the country to start similar centers, to give elderly people a voice, to find back respect, where in the rural communities elderly people had a lot of respect, but where in a changing society their needs are sometimes lost. But it's to give elderly people a center to come back together, to find again their voice, and they become younger through it. So that's the other center that we will be fundraising for. And the spin-off of this wonderful working together has been that the students from Karika, the students from Kibera have gone and done the photos in Destiny, have gone and done the photos in Karika for this project, and that there is now even different spin-offs between the charities. Like Kibera, one student is going to go at another time to Karika to do a whole photo event. The music teacher who was teaching at Karika for the choir is now also teaching the people in Destiny, the kids in Destiny, also for a choir. And they will be then performing for the First Lady. So it's been a very, very nice working together from all perspectives.
I know we're running out of time, but I'd like to just get a word from each and every one of you. And do you think it's important that each and every nation should embrace art, and why?
A quick one on that, just to say that yes, to answer your question, each and every nation should embrace art. It is what holds a community together. So if you want to understand the people, if you want to keep the peace, if you want an economy to flourish, invest in the arts.
I think art brings people together, culture, also the heritage. And so, like in Karika, storytelling is one of the very big things that they bring to young people here in Kenya. Um, Storytelling, images, it is a language through which you speak that is very important uh, to showcase, to emphasize on, because it's the way that people will keep their identity and will become stronger, and it's also the way to success. Because if you lose your identity, and where Kenya has got the 47 tribes, in Nairobi it's become a melting pot, and and the children, on the one hand, some people lose their original language and so on and so forth. But through the arts, you can celebrate the diversity and keep some of that heritage and bring it forward, and keep that kind of extreme wisdom that's there. Thank you.
Thank you. So for arts, I will also look at, it's just not painting, and so I'll also look at pictures, and through the so just empowering the youth with more equipment. I'm sure we can make a greater impact for the society.
Art is actually showing who you are. It's showing your identity, and this is the heart of soul of a nation. So if you nurture art and preserve art, you can make yourself available much easier to outsiders, and they can know you much better through art.
I believe art can bring out our inner passion in many ways, and what I would like to see about this project through the Diplomats lens photography is to be on the walls of our arrival terminal at JKIA. There are naked walls, and we could actually showcase our beautiful country through the photography to a returning citizen, a resident coming home, a tourist arriving for the first time, and also a businessman. So while you're waiting for your luggage, learn the process, read about our story, and enjoy the images. Thank you.
Yes, I mean, this is a very strategic moment for us. It's at the moment where our national government, the new focus is with the creative industry, and what our president is calling the orange economy, which it's based on art, in whatever manifestation, music, painting, photography. This is part of what our country really would like to sell to the world now in this new approach. And as how Anish say, empowering the youth, which is so important. I mean, when I work back in Colombia at the Marine Authority, what we did, we trained the fishers in underwater photography. And what happened is that these fishers, what they did, they created a business group, and with that business group, they sell the photography, painting on mug, painting on T-shirts. They did a whole business plan and a whole marketing strategy, and that people can do here also in Kenya with the training that have been done already by Nikon. So thank you so much.
And when is the exhibition going to be open to the public? Because everyone else wants to come.
Absolutely, everybody must come. Friday the 14th, hopefully the gates will be open and queues will be unbelievable.
Trust me, this show is being watched by very many young people and their artists. And we'd pretty much just like you to look at the camera and talk to them, tell them what they need to do to make sure that they sharpen their art a little bit more.
Well, hopefully when you come to the National Museum here in Nairobi and view the images that are on display and for sale upstairs in the gallery, you will get inspiration. There are so many beautiful, inspiring photos from around Kenya, from the landscape to underwater, as Elizabeth was just talking about underwater photography, to the mountains, to the people, to the adornments that the people have. So sharpen your skills and come and join us next year. Just watch this space.
Thank you very much, Lisa. We're going to make sure that we be there for the exhibition. And of course, ladies, gentlemen, the honorable ambassadors, thank you for creating time to be here with us. And for more information, you can actually just go check out what the plot is. You can check out the Facebook page, that is Kenya Through the Diplomats Lens. And of course, you can use the hashtag KTN Life and Style, hashtag Artistic Tuesday. It's just been an awesome morning right here at the Lord Arrow. And if you're out there, keep watching because we have a lot of things prepped up for you. Hashtag Artistic Tuesday, hashtag KTN Life and Style continues.